Tusk taken though now, so it sort of looks like we've got on one side magic damage matched up against a lot of physical damage coming from SexyAF, with tag team being pretty potent, and having that minus armor from Vengeful Spirit could be problematic. I like the idea though of sort of the Venge Tusk being together in a lane even, or needing to like roam around together. I think Magic Missile, since it's got that cooldown reduction, is still just such a strong spell in the laning phase, because you can oftentimes, if you chase somebody, get 2 Magic Missiles off, and that's just going to be death.
Radiant team pick.
Oh, that's a good point. And we're back to TB. TB has been carrying games forever, and if you don't know what to pick, you can always go for TB and rely on him. They don't have any kind of AoE, no good spell damage that deals well with TB.
Yeah.
TB illusions, yep.
10 seconds remaining.
I guess that they've got like some little bits of it with Razor, but yeah, they have to go for something like this. They take the Pugna, that's their answer.
Great hero against TB. You can life drain the illusion to instantly kill them, burst damage, so he can't use the Sunder. Even with the Nether Ward, if he tries to pop ulti, he might just die from damage because you receive damage before you pop the spell.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and that mana cost on it now could actually make a pretty big difference.
5 seconds remaining.
I want to see Zeus. Man, Zeus has been garbage tier hero for quite some time.
Do you think they have enough? You saying for the final tribe or for SexyAF?
No. I'm just thinking about Zeus when I see Terrorblade, because he was a great counter to DB. So I'm just brainstorming. I don't think anyone picked that hero for way too long.
I know.
Well, at least we got Mars. So
hey, there you go. Mars and Zeus. You know, we got the Greek mythology working. Who's next? We got Cupid.
10 seconds
Isn't he in Greek mythology? Maybe not.
Well, we have a Centaur, we have Medusa, a lot of Greek mythology in Dota 2.
That's great. Morphling banned out can cause many issues in the late game for Terrorblade. And I think back again to that series that we just watched in game number 2. Even though OG made a game of it, Secret always felt like they were going to be able to come out on top when you've got that Morphling against Wind Ranger and Pugna. And you sort of have a similar type of thing here where you just don't want to run a Morphling up against your Terrorblade. Like, you're just going to have a tough time when the game gets late.
Yeah, I like Morphling as a counter to TB, because either you go for this shotgun build, has a lot of armor, or you can just switch to TB and fight him with counter meta.
Yeah. Whose meta is better? So, last round of bans for Sexy. What? What are you giggling at me for?
I mean, I love their team name. I'm surprised that they allowed it.
Yeah, well, people might put the kibosh on it kind of soon here. Ooh. Tiny, huh?
Dire team pick.
Ember Spirit.
Another hero that deals well with TB. Or the magical damage. And, I mean, you picked Ember Spirit into Lion, but I don't think Lion is going to be the problem, considering how much of a control they have. A lot of stuns. Pugna's ward. It's going to be a really, really tough Lion game, in my opinion.
Remaining.
Can they Meepo here? Is that too crazy? I know Chessie's been practicing
5
it.
seconds remaining.
They could. Yeah, if you have the info, it looks like a good Meepo game.
Ember
but
always
having Meepo and TB would be kind of way too greedy, in my opinion.
Okay. I just always wonder, because I know that was something he was working on for a while. Ember Spirit is the last pickup. Good against Terrorblade, obviously. They're going to go for the puck.
You may now select your heroes.
Yeah, good. That's a good pickup, because they don't have a hero. They have a lot of stun, a lot of control, but not against hero that Puck is, because with the phase shift he can dodge Tusk ganks, he can go over the shard. Same goes for Vengeful Spirit. This animation on the stun is pretty bad, so you have enough time to dodge it.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's not what you want to have. And I guess you could go again, like whenever I see Vengeful Spirit, I think about late game swaps into like a sheep stick or something like that, or swaps into a snowball or a walrus punch. But it's not easy to pull off, and particularly against a hero like Puck that's still going to be sort of dodged outside of the range of initiation regardless. But
yeah, dodge me outside.
Hey, easy. All right, let's take a look real quickly. I want to see if there's any other results that have come back in from the rest of the qualifiers that are going on, because there's a lot of games going on simultaneously. You've got 4 matches that were happening at the same time in the Europe region. You had South America that started back up because they're a little bit further east than North America. Then NA is going to be starting in a couple hours, I think. Maybe NA doesn't start until a couple of days later. When does NA start? NA starts on the 30th. Okay, so I was wrong. But still,
so every region, pretty much 3 days. Europe is 3 days, right?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. So Secret are through. Right now, Liquid and NIP are playing. Spoiler alert, Liquid are up 1-0 over NIP. Looks like Alliance won game 1 against the Goblin Legs team, and they're in the middle of game number 2.
Goblin Legs team, that's the name I like.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It should be Goblin strats.
Well, it should be Goblin's third leg. That's what the name should be.
You're unbelievable. Who is that team?
All right, we're casting from in-game. I forgot.
Yeah.
That's why everything looked weird for a moment.
It's a little bit bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah. So Tusk with 5 Tangos, Mango, and Orb of Venom. I'm wondering if they want to run a tri-lane. I hope not. I mean, Pugna is not too bad of like self-sustainable hero. You just need to help him out a little bit at the start, and then you can leave him alone.
Yeah, I think though that this is a really strong kill potential lane with just Tusk Venge together. It does sort of beg the question of how well can Skylark survive in this lane, but it looks like it could be a full-on try versus try with TFT up here on the high ground also with 4 heroes. I don't know. Not sure. Very bizarre.
Look at Pugna, Skylark, one-man army. He's afraid.
Yeah, apparently. I mean, they're going to get ready to battle here.
Ravage.
Era hits it big, and they're trying to take down this Brewmaster, but he's big, he's bad, he's out of control. They find first blood, gonna get the second kill as well, and well, Thug realizes if he walks up there, he's gonna die afterwards, so has to walk back to his lane while getting pummeled.
They lined up perfectly for that Earth Spike. Oof.
And this is not the way you want things to go at all. So Spartan's going to come back in. Focus actually walked out to about the tier 4 towers and then TP'd, which means he didn't get the mana regen. So he's coming to lane without even full mana regen. Ugh.
So who got the first blood? Brewmaster and Lion got the kill.
Yeah. I mean, and these
they might
guys
even run this tri-lane, but for, let's say, until TB runs out of meta.
Oh my god, Era.
Oh my god, really?
He keeps on doing this, and Spartan now is in trouble. Spartan's gonna go down here. This is the thing, you run this tri-lane, you think you're gonna be able to find kills, so he picked up the Orb of Venom, and he just doesn't have the survivability of a Stout Shield. This lane is over. You can't be aggressive in this lane anymore. They have to leave. Oh my god, and they kill the courier? What?
Chessie. It's easy to snipe a courier with Puck.
Oh yeah?
If he's using it that aggressively, yeah. And now Spartan realizes he can't do anything on the bottom, but can they actually kill him? Not really. So he popped a smoke, ran top. Immediately reaction coming out from Lion. DP's backed up, so they're gonna play 2 versus 2 after they gave a lot of advantage to the bot lane. Brewmaster level 1 with the Quelling Blade, Boots of Speed, and 200 gold.
Yeah, this is so hard to deal with now. It's not like Ember Spirit is going to be a very great hero at sort of playing from behind against a Brewmaster.
Yeah. Really good rune for Lashrak. Invis, if he runs to mid lane, lands a stun, that's a guaranteed killed on the Razor, and lane is pushed.
Okay, what can they do? Gotta look for their opening, seeing if they can find it. Razor, do they realize what's happening? He walks forward to go for the stun. They manage to find it, and now this is going to be a dead Razor, it looks like, trying to suck away the damage, but in the end it is enough. Handskin might end up dying from it, but no. Just solves back up and walks away.
Fairy Fire, all good. TP's back to the bottom immediately.
In the meantime, it was Era who died also on the other side of the map. Or was that Era getting the kill? Yeah, it was Era that died to Skylark up top. So the Pugna got a little something at least.
There's a lot of kill potential. If Tusk blocks him with the shard, I wonder if he's gonna grab a point in a snowball on level 3. So they can keep harassing this Lion.
Yeah. Just throwing out those stuns, causing issues for people. It doesn't feel like, right now at least, we've been seeing this Ember get what he wants. Thug is 9-1 right now versus the 19-4, and some of that's obviously the kills, but now the turnaround coming. They want to see if they can make something happen for this Ember Spirit. Spartan that picks it up.
Good rotation from Spartan, gets that 1-1-1 build, immediately TPs to bottom, gets himself boots of speed so he can rotate. The problem is with this kind of a build, you need to have some mana sustain items because they increased the mana on tag team.
Era trading hits with Skylark, needs to be careful. Has the Decrep Nether Blast, good bit of damage here. He's gonna go down if he's not careful. Era trying to run, trying to get out of there. And Skylark looks like he is not going to give any more chase. Is he just gonna like try and punch him here? This is crazy. What's happening? Alright, throws out the stun and decides to walk away afterwards. Weird back and forth. This bottom lane, they tried to focus, but don't get him. Brewmaster caught there. Good shards. Able to interrupt, and now the snowball chase forward for more, but able to get a couple of misses. Not going to be enough. A couple more punches, trying to take down this Ember. He's at 1 HP. The hit from the rage creep ends up taking him out.
Leshrac should have faked pumped that stun because of the snowball.
Yeah.
TB on the top. Actually free farming 25 and 10 denies. Is farming both the jungle and the lane. Bounty runes. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3 for 1 probably.
Okay. Seems pretty good for TFT. Jesse's gonna fill up his bottle afterwards. And so far, about 1,000 gold. What's that? Tell me.
Every time I see Ember Spirit Radiant, and if they're dual laning, tri-laning, I feel like this hero always loses. I don't know why. It's one of those things that you can't explain.
Yeah, it is a little bit bizarre. I think it is so hit or miss too. Like, I don't know.
Probably, if someone checked the stats right now, it would probably be, oh yeah, Ember Spirit 80% win rate on Radiant side when dual laned. Just get out of my launch shards.
Oh yeah? And Venge right now, love to be able to find themselves another kill here onto this Brewmaster if possible. But it does feel like they're just putting so much emphasis on securing this Ember Spirit as farm. And with Handskin moving into position now, they also bring forward the puck. Chessie making his rotation here, smoked up, and has the Arcane Rune. With this coil, what can they do? Thug, he's going to be the one that they jump on, but they're able to catch 2 here in the coil. Spartan not able to get away from him. The silence comes out as well, and trying to find the kill. No snowball save for you right now as they bring in the Razor as well, and they will be able to find that kill onto the Panda. Is Handskin also going to get ran down? Maybe they have gone a bit too far here. Need to back out. Chessie could go for the courier snipe as well. Tries to take down Spartan on his way out of the door, but it looks like Chessie is not going to be able to find it. Silence needs another punch. Not going to happen.
Yeah, kind of mirror movement, mid TPs, and instantly Razor TPs back just to balance it out. But the thing is, TB got the kill on the top lane, and he's gonna deal damage on the tier 1 tower. Has meta still running and the siege creep. Gonna die.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Unfortunate. Go for the decrep on it too, just to try and stop the
Another
push.
coil because he had Arcane Rune there. TFT is just outnumbering Bugs Bunny team right now.
Bugs Bunny team. Level 6 on Frost. Looks like he's going to head back towards the jungle. Could use the shrine if he wants to, but clears out the creep wave first. Spartan is there. If they want to, they can go for a snowball play, but wisely Frost is going to back out, and this ward is going to be immediately spotted. So they know that the Observer ward's been placed down. They should know that Spartan's made that rotation up top. Meanwhile, mid lane, it's Razor sucking away some more damage from Chessie. And everybody back to basics. Less than 1,000 gold lead.
I love the build on Razor. I don't know who started it, but it's extremely effective. You go for Road of Aethas, gives you tankiness, kind of guaranteed static link, and it's also a long range initiation for your own team.
Get the D ward now. It does feel like that's, in spite of the nerf, been the item of the patch and is going to continue to be that way. They move in now with Handskin, pump faking the stun. Don't manage to find the chains onto the Leshrac, and they eventually get it. Handskin saving his abilities, and now they chase for the Venge. And another punch should be the final kill onto this Vengeful Spirit. Although, yeah, there it comes. They managed to take him down.
Well, I was not wrong. Every time I see that Ember Spirit, he's just being molested in the lane.
It's not good. He's really just been hurting. And oftentimes when we've been seeing Ember played, it's maxing out the Sleight of Fist to get the bonus damage. This is more of the traditional Ember Spirit build, built around Flame Guard, which is going to get taken off pretty quickly, but granted, you'll keep him alive probably longer against all the magic nukes that you've got on TFT.
What is TB doing? Has Midas queued up? God, please, no. Come on.
Oh, no, what is happening? Well, looks like Tusk is going to accept his fate. Snowballs over to the creep. Is he going to live through this? Okay. TB is going to find himself at least one kill onto Focus, but Spartan's somehow able to get out of that one, and they chase down Skylark. So a hero that looked like was going to be able to get away, or rather go down, ends up getting away.
Even better. Storm Panda just dispels the Cripify, double kill for TB. There's a reason why top tier players are not buying Hand of Midas on Terrorblade, because you can farm with your illusion. You don't need to farm with Hand of Midas.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this doesn't look pretty to me.
I mean, you can still win games with it, like, oh, but you didn't win games because you went Hand of Midas.
No. They're already winning right now in spite of what the Terrorblade is going for. Spartan gonna get punched and going to get killed. I mean, it didn't matter what items he had there. It was just gonna be a death regardless. But it does kind of make me a little worried, right? Like, if Ember starts getting pretty farmed up here, out of control, suddenly Terrorblade has a Midas and no survivability. Yeah, he bought the recipe. Jesus Christ, no. Oh, no.
All right, we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to mention it unless he dies. Then we're going to go ham on him.
Sounds like a plan, man.
All right. Bottom lane, Ember Spirit.
Radiant are scanning.
Seeing what he can do against the Handskin. Snowball. Goes back to the creeps. That keeps him alive, but now the coil. Thug, need to be careful. They bring in the Razor. Silence comes out. We'll still have that Atos. Chessie trying to jaunt away. We'll go forward for great
nice
stun. Handskin finds it, and they'll have a Hex afterwards. Era wants to chase, but doesn't have the mana for the Finger of Death. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, they do kill off that Brewmaster. But holy crap, Handskin Lesh.
After that one missed stun on the bottom lane because of the snowball, he is saving it. He does not want to rush anything. He is taking his time and he's landing it perfectly.
Yeah.
It feels like the Leshrac is core.
Well, he's almost got an Atos, right? Like, this guy's super farmed.
Well, that's not almost an ATOS, but
well, yeah, I guess that's
easy
the recipe.
to purchase, but 50% of the item he bought.
Yeah.
Competence. How do you pronounce that? I always say it wrong.
Competence? Components. There you go. I thought you were talking about my casting and the lack of competence that was going on there. I was like, man, Lacoste, the subtle burns. Chase, Chessie, Coil, 2, Spartan, Snowball, not going to be there. Needs to run away. They've got the lift up. They've got the take down Hanskin. They're snowballing towards him. This man is going to not find his stun this time as he gets punched into the stratosphere. And likewise, it's going to be the rest of Sexy pulled back in. They managed to find the root, but the jaunt away, Chessie lives through it nonetheless. They have another swap if they want to use it there. Veil used. Chessie going for the Veil first. Interesting.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I saw like Veil as a first item. We saw it in the first series where Puck made it. It's extremely good with the Dagon. Focus.
I don't know if this is gonna work. They try and get it with the life drain, but barely able to walk away. The Brewmaster lives. And it looks like Sexy are just gonna keep on running towards the mid lane. I mean, this is like the classic, right? Everybody's mid, battling, just punching each other.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But this one is going to work out a little different since you got the Pugna there for the Nether
Radiant's
Blasts.
bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I was just looking at the Hand of Midas on TB again, and
We weren't talking about it.
He was not using it efficiently, man.
Oh,
That's a
God.
massive Midas, not the. Oof.
That is not bueno. I mean, he hasn't died yet. 301, 120 last hits now. Farming Ancients.
Because Midas gives him survivability, can't really die.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a lot of weird stuff going in this game, like some unnecessary movement, people feeding when they're not taking any objectives. You can clearly see the difference, let's say in the previous series that we casted and this one.
Yeah, it's true. It's a different level.
Yeah, look at the vision.
Right.
Because they're fighting all the time, we have 2 observer wards planted.
Is that it? Radiant doesn't have an observer ward?
They do on the bottom side of the map.
Okay, they got that one down there. All right, thank goodness. Silence onto Ember. Still trying to live. Meanwhile, they pop the Brew ulti and gonna run uphill into everybody. They have a lift up if they want to use it. Taking away the damage from the Brew Ling, and meanwhile, their Ember just dies. And there's a lot of pings coming from that Vengeful Spirit. She was not happy.
The Curse of Radiant's safe lane Ember. I'm calling it right now. I'm gonna copyright it.
Top tower is under attack.
So this Slash is gonna take the tower, free gold for him, which is gonna get him closer to Road of Atos. It's extremely good against Ember Spirit. It's amazing against Tusk as well because he can't use the snowball while he's rooted.
Oh no. Oh no. Quick, Midas something.
Radiant's top tower.
Skylark. He's moving in. Okay. He's gonna thunder
Finger?
when they walk
Nope.
away. He just used it up top lane to get that kill.
Oh.
Frost. 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 Alright, Frost is fine. Don't worry. I never doubted him for a second.
He's so tanky with this item build. Power Threads and Strength, 2000 HP, Magic Wand, Atos, 2 Raid Bands. Leshrac, maybe he got a bit too greedy.
Yeah, he finished his Atos though. That's a happy little horsey man. Mr. Puck. Going to jaunt away up towards the north. While Skylark clears out the wave. So far it is 2 tier 1 towers taken for Sexy, and we've got just the 1 taken top by TFT. But they do have a very farm Terrorblade. And I think the biggest thing is just this Leshrac that you're talking about. He really feels like a core in this game, Handskin.
Yeah, whenever they have a Brewmaster ulti, they can take the fight easily because Bugs Bunny team didn't have enough burst damage to actually take him down. And they have good ways to start a fight with Road of Atos, Blink on Puck, also a lot of sieging potential. If they grab a kill near tier 2 towers, they might actually just take a side with TB meta and Edict.
Oh, this cut down here towards the south. This is really good if they can catch somebody out. And it looks like Sexy is going to oblige as they're just in the jungle as 3. Do they have enough lockdown, though? They need the Atos to find somebody right at the start. And looks like it's going to be the Tusk who will get brought down. And now TFT realized the Pugna was nearby. They'll kill off the ward. And we'll see where they decide to go next.
Nicely done by Brewmaster. Cuts the tree with the Quelling Blade because he saw their... that smoked popped.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
And in the meantime, Frost takes the tower. They can push towards the mid lane now. TFT very rapidly just controlling the map here. And Sexy haven't really been able to find anything over the past couple of minutes. It's a 6,000 gold lead at 18 minutes.
Calling themselves sexy but not making any sexy moves around the map.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Puck, Invis Rune. They see that the ward was dropped down. Thug walking up onto high ground. And TFT gonna back out. Still they have this Puck Invis Rune for a little while now as they chase forward trying to find this Brood. This is not a good fight for them. They need to be so careful. Chessie's baiting this out. They're trying to take this fight perfectly. And the coil onto 4. Beautifully played out. Hanskin, he has the follow-up afterwards. Finds the stun there onto Ember. Is there any more follow-up though? They're trying to control, trying to kill him. And they do find it. Era gets that finish. The Finger of Death, and Focus also going to drop as Spartan gonna get ran at. Chessie there as well. He wanted to get Vision to snowball up to the high ground, but it doesn't work out. And in the meantime, they have left this Puck, rather the Razor, completely alone. So they take down
Roche
3.
Time. They should go straight into Roche. I mean, they can take tier 2 tower, but I think Roche was a safer play. TB had meta. They're just wasting time, not doing anything right now.
Yeah, this is not good. But still, winning that fight, it might not end up mattering as much, as Skylark is going to get chased here. And the silence comes out. Now a little bit of an overextension. They're trying to find the range with the swap here.
This is exactly what I mentioned. The Brewmaster has kind of free game. Every single time ulti is up, they can't burst him down unless they chain stunning with the Tusk, Venge, and Pugna has a life drain on him.
Yeah. It's true. Well, it's going to be a Radiance queued up next for the Brewmaster. And now that we're starting to get into some of these real items for Frost, has the Manta style done now, while on the other side, we do see Hanskin get taken down by the Razor. Gotta be careful about that Atos. Oh, please. Please, no more. Come on, buddy. Just leave him alone. Just go get a Midas. Go ahead. Oh, God. It's been there for a while. Oh, he's running. He's running really fast. Yes. He got it. Level 2 Finger of Death is going to be up soon for Era.
Yeah, plus 3 extra charges. He's been playing well in this game. Good positioning, some nice earth spikes. Just using his spells, going back, and then joining a team fight when his spells are not on cooldown.
In this game...
Look at the vision.
Yeah.
Look at the vision from Bugs Bunny team. They have 2 observer wards in their jungle and the 2 sentry wards, but they're not playing around that area. So basically, they are not utilizing the vision that they have. Even though these 2 wards are really not the greatest. What is this low ground ward for?
Yeah, I'm not sure. They did smoke up underneath an observer ward as well. So this is not going to translate into kills, it doesn't feel like, as you see TFT just standing up on the high ground waiting for that movement into the jungle. Bottom lane, TB is just going to keep pushing. Knows what he wants to do, get into that BKB, and then play with the rest of his team.
He's farmed enough, he can afford to go for BKB, even though I personally wouldn't go for BKB here as your second item, I would say. I would get Scotty, just tank up, you really can't die, use that Sunder. He doesn't lack damage right now. BKB doesn't give you damage. He just needs survivability.
And they do have BKB
some raw
piercing
stats.
disable too. Like, you got Walrus Punch, you've got Swap. It doesn't even really give you the chance to BKB TP out, but
Yeah, also, it depends whether you want to fight or not. What's the plan right now?
right. Yeah. That is sort of the big question, because last time they took that big engagement, thinking head into the Roche pit, but
Radiant's
sort of
middle
has
tower is under
seemed
attack.
like TFT trying to play this one a little bit more slowly. As Skylark going to reveal himself on the wave. Can he get the TP out? Looks like he will. So pressure going to be starting to be felt in the top lane. As Sexy farm up Ancients. And looks like they're going to smoke up themselves. Tusk is up front and center. Drops down the Sentry Ward. Immediately going to be taken away, and the Atos is there. Now in some trouble. This Tusk is going to get ran down, it looks like, as they have the Earth Spike, and not thought about the finger. Oh, still thinking about it. They take down the ward, and, well, Jesse just gets the kill. Okay, looking for more now?
Now it's time for finger.
Oh, God. Skylark needs to run. They swap away. Just going to blow up focus here if they want to, but they're saving it for the moment. Kill off that illusion. We'll see if they decide to go to Roche or Tier 2 now.
With 2 charges on swap, you can meme so much. Like, save someone, and then he's like, wow, God, thank you, he saved, and then swap him back in. Get his hopes up, and then crush it.
Dire's bottom
Yeah,
tower
that's definitely
is
what they're
under
thinking.
This
Gotta
is,
meme
I'm talking
it.
about pubs.
I like that.
This is experienced pub player slash ruiner, and
attack. Are scanning.
you can message me. I have a couple of other stuff how to ruin someone else's spirits.
You always
Not-
talk
I
about
don't
tiny
have-
airlines.
Yeah, I mean that's an old school.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Sexy moving in. Want to take down this Roche. It's actually not happening that quickly for TFT. Need to be careful. They drop the Bruce Split, but immediately in this, they're actually blocking him off and killing off Frost. He didn't run. Excuse me. It's all falling apart. Sexy are going to come in and steal this Roche. TFT have just given this Aegis away. That was terribly done. And they bought back on Frost. He's running back in. They want to take this fight now. But they don't have the Bruce Split. They will burn through the Aegis at least one time. They're buying back on the Lion now and got a little bit
Lag,
of
all right,
some
call
lag. Oh, dubious. All right, the go is called. What are they going to do now? They have the Glimmer Cape on the Pugna. He can try and move in quickly, but the Remnants are there. He has 2 of them on the Ember. If Frost dies here, this is tragic.
TB bought back. He doesn't have. Okay, he has meta. Sorry about that. But what can they achieve with this meta?
Stealing damage,
Killing Razor
trying to
is-
run, swap away. They have the Decrep living for the moment, and Reflection, stun, Atos, danger, Will Robinson. He still has that Sunder available, taking him down. The dieback from Frost and finding another. This Brewmaster is in trouble. He's gonna die. TFT have completely fallen apart in the last couple seconds.
Oh, this is why I didn't like his item. Hand of Midas into Blacking Bar, second item. Like, Razor had BKB, so he could not pop that Sunder.
The Finger of Death comes out. They take down the Razor. Small consolation for TFT, who are still in the lead, 5,000 gold, but just the pace of this game, the way that it's completely turned around, Skylark might end up getting picked off. I don't know. Have the dust popped. You'll Scepter lift up. Thug's here. Trying to take him. Spartan in the area too. Snowball save does not happen. But it looks like they will be able to run down Era here as they swap forward for the stun. They find Era and get the kill.
It feels like this game can be summed up in a couple of words. Who can make more mistakes?
Yeah.
This Terrorblade's still dead. He lost so much out of that, but he's still on top of net worth.
Man, that is quite the turnaround. I mean, the good side for TFT is they burned through the Aegis at least.
Slow clap.
I mean, you gotta
this
take
was
what you can get.
This was their fight. This was their Roche and Aegis. Brewmaster just needed to split before and control the area around the Roche pit.
Well, and it was, I think, really smart from Sexy, too. They ran 2 heroes up north because they knew that there was vision there, and then they cut the main ones over immediately to the Roche pit. So they kind of pulled the attention of TFT up north. Ugh. God.
You know me, Gabe. I'm a pretty chill guy, but I get triggered when I watch people building TB like that. Now he has a Lincoln Sphere queued up. Like, why didn't you go straight into Lincoln Sphere instead of that BKB?
Yeah, it's a little dubious. I mean, again, it's like we can sort of look at it with reflection. He felt like he was having a good game, so he can go for the Midas, and then he feels like he needs the BKB to stay alive, but now feeling like he needs the Lincoln, so it's sort of one thing compounding on another. You can see how the process got you there, but it definitely is hurting him now.
Yeah, they're still in the lead, but they need to not make so many mistakes. And this Ember Spirit, he is farmed enough right now. Drums has Maelstrom and BKB queued up. This BKB is really justified against all these silences, stuns. He wants to be able to join a team fight, be that frontliner besides Razor, and actually deal the damage without being afraid of dying. But he needs to be quick because Lion with the instant oh my god, Lion is level 15. What?
I know, but he didn't take his GPM talent or the Finger of Death. I guess this makes me think that he's going to go for the Finger of Death damage. Otherwise,
I think he misclicked.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you would take a talent, and usually you would take that GPM talent because you're playing position 5. Because look at it, he has 4-4, 4-2 build, which is 14 and the talent, so he's not saving a point.
Yeah.
There's really no point in getting that finger damage. I think it's justified if you're playing position 4 Lion and you get that Aghanim Scepter, you get so much value out of it.
Yeah, but it feels real bad here, just like hovering along that GPM talent and wishing he could have gotten it. Unfortunate. Unfortunate for Era right now, but they are still in a, I think, fairly decent position. Again, this is for elimination at this point from the major qualifiers. These two teams facing off against each other. And it looks like they are going to back out with Skylark and Thug. Era shows up, looks for the Hex, able to find it. And it does look like that Pugna stuck around a little bit too long. And with that level 16... What you doing, buddy? There it is. GPM.
Yeah, I think he misclicked the mana drain. Happens to me as well.
Level 20 for the puck. We're about to hit that 30-minute mark with tomes, with bounty runes spawning. The jump forward onto this Venge. Jesse, has he bitten off more than he could chew? Doesn't look like it. Man, this Venge has a pipe.
Yeah, that's what I just wanted to mention. Like, there's a huge difference in this game between position 5s and position 4.
Yeah.
Venge just keeps farming. She has magic resistance on top of pipe, some extra agility for movement speed and armor.
Yeah.
Even though I would prefer to have Wave of Terror cooldown. Not just for the damage and armor reduction, but also for the vision.
So the 6,000 gold lead now for TFT. They're trying to reestablish domination after that unfortunate Roche fight about 5 or 6 minutes ago. And it does feel like Roche capable of respawning in a minute and a half. Puck going for this Dagon, needs to just get into that burst damage. But you've got into the next tier of items for Sexy now. You've got the Shiva's Guard done for the Razor on top of BKB Atos. Ember has his BKB and is going for a Mjolnir next, and almost gonna have that level 20 talent too. Or either Amplification or the True Strike. I think Spell Amp is probably better here, right?
Spell Amp is good, yeah, if you're building towards Mjolnir as your second/third item. The Spell Amp is way too good, and no one has any kind of evasion besides Brewmaster. I don't think that's the problem.
Yeah. I mean, TB eventually is probably going to go for it, but at that point, you're probably relying on other heroes to try and kill him. Ugh. All right, smoke up. This was not under vision, it looks like.
No, it was under the vision of Sentry Ward. Doesn't do anything. Smoke on smoke action.
What are you gonna find? Frost, BKB off cooldown, Midas off cooldown. Everything's ready to go. Oh no. Please.
Now you can't even use the Midas.
Oh, he just used it.
You're afraid. Okay.
It was under vision. Oh my god, they saw it.
That's what I just wanted to say. Like, you can't afford to use Midas under the vision if you're smoked. What?
Yeah.
You can't risk it. It's a smoke. It's really valuable at this point of the game.
Yeah, and they saw it. They knew. They knew. Oh, God. All right. In the meantime, TFT, they don't manage to find anything with their smoke. Sexy don't manage to find anything with theirs. The route onto 2. They have a swap available if they so desire. But
Razor got an eye on a mid tower because TB is not controlling his illusions.
Uh-oh.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
9,000 gold lead for TFT. Again, elimination match from the MDL regional qualifiers. Lion has Blink on the mind, I would imagine, at this stage. And almost level 3 ulti. What do we have here for the TB? Went for the stats instead of reflection cooldown. Has his Lincoln Sphere done and going back for Scotty afterwards. Smoke up coming.
Bottom tower is under attack.
They see the brew in the middle, but you really don't want to go on that hero if you can avoid it. It's so hard to blow up that Brewmaster before the ulti comes out. And Roche is back up again.
I hope TFT does not make the same mistake.
Yeah.
They have a good vision on a mid lane. The lane wards in the mid game, I rate them really highly. The amount of the information that you get. Usually you would want to have one between tier 2 and tier 3 tower because it provides so much info. What they're doing, where they're moving. You can even catch smokes if they're not careful enough, if everyone is not on the high ground in base.
9,000 gold. 15 to 29. And in spite of that flub earlier, it does sort of show the strength of these two drafts. That TFT still is coming out ahead. But waiting for that next Roche fight. I mean, is there anything... I guess it's just like a pick-off, but who makes moves on either team? It's like they try and bait each other with smoke plays or catch somebody out, but nobody's connecting.
Yeah, if TFT doesn't make any big mistakes now with the TB, with that Lincoln Sphere, he's gonna be so hard to take down, and he should not be worried about the static link. Even if he uses Road of Atos, he can just run away after it. So all good for him. Initiate with Puck, try to get into back lines, blow up. Pagana is one of the most important heroes that they need to kill. Also, if... Okay, Lion, I think Lion just bought a Blink. Yeah, that's a Blink plus smoke. They're probably gonna use the smoke, try to grab a kill, and then go for Roche.
I do really like this Razor's item build, though. Going next for a sheep stick. It feels like if you're able to do like a swap into hex play, that's the way to start a fight. And then maybe you can just burst somebody in time. But they did try and make that move up towards top lane and take down the Ember with Era's Blink Dagger reveal. Don't manage to find him, and so Frost is going to push out this top lane yet again. Meanwhile, Chessie farms out the jungle. They're just getting more out of the map right now, TFT. Inside of Sexy. Frost finishes off his Scotty. No buyback on this TB.
They're going all in. I mean, they don't necessarily need to fight. Even if he pops the meta, he can't contribute that much after he dies. So just buy all the items you can afford right now.
Checks to make sure that Roche isn't going on the Ember Spirit with that Sleight of Fist. Doesn't see anybody. And everybody getting towards those BKB timings. Brewmaster decided to finish his off. I know, she's crazy farmed. Focus. That Vengeance aura damage increase is pretty insane for Venge. Also, though, the Magic Missile cooldown and then you get more damage from it, or Piercing Spell immunity is pretty good. Either or. Still, nobody moving into the pit. Man, what the heck have we even seen over the... Look at this. It's like one tower destroyed in the past, like, 10 minutes. One tower, one kill.
Basically, nothing is happening. TFT, they feel like they have a better late game with the TB, Brewmaster, Puck, so they're not taking any fights. Probably Bugs Bunny thinking the same. We have a Razor, we have Ember Spirit, Venge. All good.
Yeah, they're fine.
And they could wait for that Hex on Razor. It's a really big item for them, as you mentioned. Swap into Hex on someone.
Yeah.
Ideally, I'm not sure if they have enough burst to take down TB, but grab something like a Lion or Puck. Also, they need to be careful about, let's say, insta-killing Puck using all the toolkit that they have. He has a boost of travel now, can easily buy back and just come back, which can bite them in the ass.
Jump in, Hex immediately there. Snowball save, though, keeps them alive, and now the BKB pop from the Razor. Can they blow up these heroes in time? They're keeping this Pugna alive for a pretty long time, but nobody hits the Shrine. Now the lift up onto that Tusk. He's still in the air, but now they turn to fight and take down Handskin. Can they burn through Frost, though? So much armor on this Razor. He's living through all of it.
Armor.
This Terrorblade is just doing, well, a good amount there afterwards as they burn through the Razor afterwards. Catch there. Shackles. Don't want to allow him to Sunder. And it looks like the Sunder goes out onto Chessie, who blinked forward. There was a miscommunication there, but they won't chase any further.
Razor is immune to physical damage, but against the Veil, Dagon 5, and combo from Puck, it's it's not enough. Well, once his BKB is down, Puck can just easily blow him up. Dagon plus Lion, the dream.
That's the nice way to do it. And
TB needs to focus a different hero. You can see him using full BKB duration, and a lot of meta duration, trying to deal damage to Razor. It's not happening.
And you can see that, like, Ember realizing their damage is not quite enough yet. He's actually going to be going for the True Strike and then gonna, I'm assuming, go back for, like, the physical damage build afterwards for this Ember. Maybe goes into, like, a Daedalus, or maybe even thinking about a Rapier if they start falling too far behind. But anticipating that there could be a Butterfly coming out, and Terrorblade already has it queued up. So Puck, 420 GPM talent.
Never refuse gold given.
The 40-minute mark, we're hitting those 25s.
Yeah, I think he just needs to get either Aghanim Scepter or Hex, and then start buying things for his teammates.
Okay. Pugna takes away one. They do smoke up now as 4. Razor is not with them. Who are they going to run into? It looks like it's going to be a Terrorblade Illusion first. They drop down a ward up on the high ground. Find one. Brewmaster's not the target that they want to go for. Chessie jumps in. Great Dream Coil connecting onto several. BKB comes out, though. Now the stun catching onto this Brew. They want to take him down. He is going to be able to get the split off, though, in the end. And BKB Thug runs away in the duration of that double damage. And they just have to get the hell out of here now. Venge is going to be given up to the Wolves. And meanwhile, the Tusk also looking like he is going to fall. Can't shards himself to the other side. He's stunned, and he is going to die. So 2 dead. Both have buyback. Lift up now onto Ember as well. They're going to try and keep him alive here as they lift up on the Yule Scepter. Sleight of Fist tries to jump away, gets his remnant out, and is going to live. Chain.
2 buybacks. Can they chase? Ember Spirit needs to play aggressive right now.
Didn't decide to go for the chains.
These are really good. Really bad buybacks. You're basically buying back on the 2 heroes that have chase potential with either Snowball, Shards, or level 3 swap. Yeah.
It feels like this is sort of that inevitability that we talked about with TFT's lineup. But moving into the pit, they scan Dire. They should realize this is going on, although now the scan turns off green, and they might not realize this is... They're going to throw out the Illusory Orb. Sexy trying to take it. The coil connects onto 4, but they don't have Bruce Split. I mean, can they take this fight regardless? They're thinking about it. That's for sure. Popping the ulti now coming from this Razor, and they back out with the Veil on top of everybody. Too scary staying in the pit.
Lanes are pushed out. All 3 lanes, TFT, they push them out, which means that Radiant need to go back and defend those. So they might actually go into Roche Pit and take it themselves. They know that Tusk is not there. He's showing on the map.
X comes out. Good reaction there coming from the puck with the swap, and, well, they kill him off. Okay, Chessie's dead. He does have buyback because he's got 1 billion gold, but he's going to be forced to use it now. Draining the damage from that illusion, just giving the bonus over to the Razor.
They're just stalling right now because puck doesn't have a coil for a couple of seconds. Also, most important spell is Meta. 45 seconds on cooldown still, so they're not gonna force a fight if they don't really have to, unless they see a Roche dropping low, then they're gonna go in.
I mean, they do have to be careful though. The hexes that can come out, they actually decide to hex up 1, that is the Tusk, and forced after the low crown into the waiting hands of Frost. Need to be careful about the follow-up hex, although Razor's already used it, now stealing damage, not from the target that they wanted. Chessie just able to walk away afterwards, and now the Razor has to retreat. Chessie chased, coil down, BKB done, and so too will be the Razor, who cannot get away from the waiting clutches of TFT.
This TB is so scared. He just popped his BKB. That's 8-second BKB. Really unnecessary.
We'll have level 25 now off the back of this, and Aegis and Cheese. Is TFT looking to knock out Team Sexy? Now 16, 15,000 net worth lead, 44 minutes in. 19 to 35. Winner of this game is going to move on to face OG as well.
This Venge, man, she's farming so much in this game. Has Butterfly queued up.
Hey, why not, right? They have Razor back up in 30 seconds if they can wait that long. Dagon, Frost, Sunder comes out. Okay, they have a coil onto Skylark as well.
Midas in the backpack. He should buy full Daedalus right now and then use it instead of a BKB. Put the BKB in the backpack, or he can just swap power threads. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Went for the Metamorphosis attack range, which we've been seeing more and more often nowadays. Ended up selling his Midas. Frost is 25, doesn't need it anymore. Is that your slow clap?
Yep.
Thank you for that. So Daedalus in the backpack.
You don't want to have Daedalus in the backpack. Like either put a BKB or swap power threads.
Yeah, it's
because he doesn't have Butterfly. His attack speed is not the greatest.
It is a little bit bizarre. Well, bottom lane, Thug
Radiant's bottom shrine is under
has
attack.
25 also, debating if he wants to go for the 2 Sleight of Fist charges or the Remnant charge restore time. I mean, if he goes Rapier, then it does feel like that double Sleight of Fist charges is pretty good.
Yeah, I think he needs to go Rapier right now.
No.
Even though they didn't lose a single set of Raxes, they're in a position where they lose a fight and just lose the game. He could get Daedalus before that if it feels like gonna budget Rapier.
Budget Rapier. All right, went for the 2 Sleight of Fist charges.
He's preparing.
Okay. God, he really just does not have much farm though. Like, you compare where he's at right now in the game compared to that TB, almost 10,000 net worth behind. The flip side of that is if you manage to blow up Frost one time, you get so much gold. And, well, they're going to pop the Brew Split, Decrep, Frost, Mantas it off. Trying to do little bits of damage, but all these illusions are going to lay into that melee barracks, and they do take it down. So difficult to find this fight. And Thug can't even really deal with these illusions yet. He needs that second item, whatever it might be. Frost is going to head back towards bottom. They have another creep wave coming in, but they're going to take down the shrines first, it looks like.
Shrine already gone. Top shrine gone.
Oh. Oh, Soul Booster.
They're really scared.
Soul Booster. What?
What?
Soul Booster.
Soul Booster on who?
On Thug. On the Ember.
Alright, he's gonna lower the cooldown.
Alright.
Gotta stay positive, Gabe.
That's fair. Well, the bench is going to finish her butterfly, so that's pretty good, too. Look at this
I think he needed
bench.
straight damage.
Yeah.
Risk it. Daedalus Rapier. I don't think this... I always forget the name of this item. Octarine Core is gonna do that much. Yeah, it's cool. You're using a Slight way more often, but is it enough?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh,
does someone have
my
a bottle?
God.
Puck?
Handskin.
Puck has a bottle. He should give bottle to Terrorblade so he can bottle this DD. Yeah.
Well, they make a little bit of space and secure that rune for the TB, who does finish off Moonshard now. Has both BKB and the Daedalus in his backpack. Probably will switch in afterwards, I'm assuming.
Yeah, Aegis is gone in 10 seconds. They're just waiting for meta to be ready.
There's that BKB brought back into his backpack. And Daedalus after he pops the DD. And do we have that Octarine Core yet done for the Ember? It doesn't look like it. He wasn't able to get to the side shop. Saving for buyback instead. In the meantime, they move forward, clearing out these creep waves, trying to delay the game as much as possible. Dagon bursts down this Pugna somewhat low. And they do have the Hex available, but they're going to go in with the Brew Split, lift up that Razor immediately in the duration of this glyph. And they could go for some type of a swap play with the Hex working, but it's a little bit tough to make it happen. The DD is there. They're able to break through that Linken's at least one time onto Frost, but he just gets the BKB and turns to fight. And he's just destroying them. Walrus Punch lift up. It's absolutely doing nothing. Buyback coming from the Razor. They're going to need to buy back with everybody, but Venge does not have a buyback. They clear out this creep wave afterwards, and TFT just going to retreat. Handskin tore him apart, and the TB did too.
Yeah, they took the melee Rax's ranged Argon. Good timing on a BKB. They popped one swap on Venge, used the other one, try to hex him, but the quick fingers on him this time, popped the BKB, and with that DD Daedalus, Razor goes down. It doesn't matter if he has 35 or 40 armor right now.
Yeah. Just
and
too much
this is the way you siege. When you have a Brewmaster, you're ahead, you have extra range on meta. You blink in, you split, control the backline while TB is just killing the buildings.
Jesse finds himself a Pugna here and is just going to strike fear into the heart of Skylark. Jesse is really feeling like an impossibility to deal with. And this is just the thing, right? Like, TFT's draft is a little bit more robust. It has the easier way that you take these fights. And as long as Jesse doesn't get picked off in these instances, they're perfectly free to keep on doing this. You jump in, you start bursting them down a little bit. Once TB is back up with meta, you can just walk up high ground, maybe even before then.
Yeah, Tug should buy an item, has 5,000 gold. Doesn't matter if he dies once. I think he needs to go all in because this game is over. He can send the courier on their side. All right, it's actually flying right now.
Yeah. It's going over there. It's going to be a long way to go, though. So we'll see if he decides to finish off that Octarine core. I mean, if you're already this invested into the Soul Booster, it feels unlikely that he would try and turn away from that path now.
Maybe he goes, I was just kidding, buying that Bloodstone.
The next level play. All right, so
he would get kicked from the team, for sure.
Well, Thug has the Octarine core coming back. They do ping it. TFT realizing that it's heading over this direction.
Oh, good. It's only a Mystic Staff. No worries, guys. Let's go end this game right now.
He doesn't have quite the damage that they feel like they need yet. Top lane, though. Moving in. They do break the Lincoln Sphere. Need to run away. That Atos is already out. Another DD rune on Terrorblade. And, well, the need to jump away as Tusk is already down to about half HP. Lift up. Eul's Scepter. Puck able to go for the jaunt out of there. Is perfectly fine. Thug runs forward. And they get the Hex onto this TB as well. But they don't have the damage. And Thug is just going to die. All these right clicks coming through. The stun comes out as well. And now Focus jumps into the midst of all of them, hoping for a couple of misses. But it might feel like it's all ended. And yeah, Chessie just jumps in and blows him up. Buyback coming from that Ember Spirit. He doesn't have anything left in the tank. And they'll back out, playing it ever so safe. Frost? Oh god, my goodness! 1800 crit. They can't kill him. And the Radiance Burn is just slowly going to tear them apart. TFT chasing forward for more. They managed to find the Hex onto Ember Spirit. Snowball trying to go for the save. But it's not feeling like it's going to happen. Frost actually doesn't have Metamorphosis anymore. And Thug, on top of them, have they gone a bit too far finally? Doesn't look like it, as they just turn and able to punch him. Tries to find this kill. Sunder back off cooldown in 4 seconds. It looks like Frost will get out, but will Handskin be as lucky? Doesn't look like it.
Has a buyback, 120 seconds. I feel like they're not achieving what they should. They only managed to bring a tier 3 tower down with meta and another double damage on TB. Like, those Raxes should fall. Bruce splits, someone goes in, suicides, you get those Raxes. Range Rax on the bottom lane is still standing, but it's unhealable damage, so they can easily finish it off.
Yeah.
I think they're giving them opportunity to actually recover and I'm not gonna say come back into the game, but they are not playing it correctly right now.
Yeah, it feels like there's... Well, again, I don't want to say like a huge chance either, but maybe there's a world where Ember finishes off a Rapier and you end up losing the game as TFT.
It's one of those 1 in a million chances. From Dumb and Dumber.
Beautiful. You know what else would give them a really good chance? If they manage to take this Roche. And it's dropping rather rapidly. Nobody's here, but there will be a puck, and now revealed. This is eerily similar to what happened before, but no buybacks coming yet. Do they still try and force the tempo? Do they force the issue?
Again, lanes are being pushed out on their side of the map. This Venge is so farmed. I like what they did. Like, Pagana was supposed to be core, even though he has a lot of farm at this point, but they were prioritizing Venge's farm because that's the way they are gonna carry this in the late game if it gets to that point where you want to have that farm on Venge instead.
Oh, Venge. Danger, danger. Danger, danger. Jump forward. Reflection out as well. Shards. Not gonna catch. And they do back. 900 gold away from Rapier for Ember. He wants to get it.
Doesn't have anything queued up yet.
Mid lane, Chessie finds 2. Need to get out of there. This is going to be a Hex, and then afterwards a kill onto Skylark. But Thug on top of all of them. Can he do what he needs to here? Doesn't have any more remnants to get out of there. Needs one more. Is going to be able to jump, at all the right clicks coming from TB will eventually kill him. And as soon as he dies, the good game is called. That's what we all thought was going to happen in the end. TFT are going to move on and knock out SexyAsF.
Yeah, TFT. I mean, both both of these teams were making a lot of unnecessary mistake. There's a clear difference what we witnessed in the previous series and what we saw in this one. But TFT, they looked like a better team. From the games that we casted from SexyAsF, they seemed not to be able to play from behind. Decision making when they're in a bad position, I assume they are having a great time when they are winning. It's easy to play like that, but the thing is, one of the strongest teams in the world are those who know how to play when they're not leading lead. What?
I understand what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down, buddy. Ain't no thing but a chicken wang. Well, that does set us up for another series afterwards. It's going to be OG facing off against not Secret, which is what you see right in front of you, but instead it's going to be OG versus TFT. And let's take a look. Splat out. Beautiful. So stay tuned, everybody. More to come in just a few. Myself, Lyrical, and Lacoste will be bringing you the action for that one. Started at about 5 a.m. this morning, and now we're 6 hours into it. 11 a.m. We're going to continue coverage for one final best of 3. Lacoste, I'm not going to ask you for final words, so bye.
Bye-bye. See you
See
soon.
you guys in a bit.